Hey everyone, it's Bob or Dog Cube Bones. Welcome back to another best of one video deck tech. So here we have one of my favorite decks that I've been playing for the past week or so. Izzet Control. So this deck has been absolutely nuts for me. I was stuck in high 90 percentages for quite a while, playing a lot of different decks. Finally, I'm like, you know what? Let's try out some Izzet turns. Tried that out. Deck was fine, but I was still kind of, maybe 60% win rate or so. It was a good deck, but there was a lot of factors that was, a lot of mono white, a lot of Azorius, surprisingly. So it wasn't as consistent as I wanted. And I explain all this in the article as well, but I was trying to think, how can I make this better against mono white and better against Azorius? And the answer I came up with is that if I'm more proactive, then I'll be better against both decks. So with a lot of tuning, here's where I arrived. So pretty much you are a control deck, as I said, and your main focuses are on Smoldering Egg, because this card is just nuts. Now, you play it turn 2 against really any deck, and if they don't remove it, they kind of just die within a few turns. And Lier to flashback all your spells. So you just have a lot of interaction. Those two main threats, of course, we have Hullbreaker Horror as well, which is really good in the slower matchups. And you kind of just grind the opponent out. I went from 97% all the way up to rank 125, I believe. I'm like rank 400 or so now because I've just been trying other stuff as well. But this deck has been really consistent for me. It's amazing against mono white. It's like the deck's best matchup. It's better against Azorius. Still not amazing, but it's like acceptable. And it's pretty good against the brews that I've been finding. So it's playing Tamir, it seems. We'll just hop right into some games. Hopefully we get some good games to show off the deck's power. I'm sure I'm going to face mono white at some point. And we'll just see how it goes. Of course, if you want a more in-depth deck tech, that will be in the article itself. This isn't an amazing hand. It's like fine against mono white because I can go Fading Hope your 2-drop into Iteration Fading Hope your 2 or 3, assuming this is mono white. Of course, I don't know that yet, but I think this is an acceptable hand. If it's like control, obviously this hand's not great, but Iteration's really, really good against control, so it's not the end of the world still. It looks like some sort of mirror, so that is unfortunate that these Fading Hopes may not be good. But even in these matchups, Fading Hope could still be good as a means of working with Hullbreaker Horror, bouncing Smoldering Egg, bouncing your own Lier. Oof. That's rough. Missing a land. I do see another iteration, but what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take the Hullbreaker Horror. That definitely hurts, though, but I'm going to look to Windfall next turn. So I'm trying to think. So just blue-red with, like, Salundi? Isle? That's interesting. I haven't seen that. Jawari. Okay. So I'm going to definitely discard one of these Fading Hopes. The only concern is, of course, if they counter it. No, that's never fun. But I could wait a turn to play around Jawari at least. I think I will. Because getting Jawari at this point would be pretty sad. And if they go for their own Windfall, then I guess just get the Jawari them, so. So what I can actually do, I resolve mine first, and then I Jawari theirs. To really rub salt in that wound. Bam. That was a pretty gross sequence. I'm glad I waited. Whew. That was a nice 2-for-1. What did they discard? A Cinderclasm? Makes sense. That is what I was afraid of. I can Fading Hope. I really don't want to, but I think I kind of have to. Well, geez, that's rough. I am going to take a few hits, but I believe I actually let that go. Well, if I do and they have Alrunes, it's such a big problem. But I can't even stop it next turn either, so like, what is my play? I guess I have to let it happen. I need to resolve a Hullbreaker Horror and hope that's good enough. They didn't foretell, so that's good. They have their own Fading Hope too, though. This could be problematic. Man, I felt I was in such a good position, but the gold span too. Sheesh. Very rough sequence of events for me. I didn't know that dragons played Unexpected Windfall now. Lier too. Sheesh. What do they have? They don't really have anything though, so that's not even a concern. I don't think anyway. Oh, they get a Windfall right now? Well, I have to hope they don't have a Fading Hope. If they do, I'm probably dead. Yeah. Yeah, I can't even recast it. Oh, I can now, but I'm like so close to dead and they have another Fading Hope. Yeah, unfortunate. Goldspan Dragon's still a very messed up Magic card. It happens. It happens. Let's go on to the next game. That's rough when I played to, you know, the best of my ability. Really nothing else I could have done. I definitely had to counter that Windfall. It's too juicy of a target. Just to get punished like that always feels bad. Also, you know, the best of one struggle of you keep a hand that's really good against one deck, but not good against the other. And of course, you face the other deck. Yeah, his hand's just pretty good overall, and my opponent's on a mulligan. Smoldering Egg into Expressive Iterations, always nice. Allenbach, so this is probably green-white humans. Because, you know, no snow covered is always a giveaway. Oh, no, it's green-white life gain. Okay, okay. I see you. I'm just going to bounce this now, I believe. Don't think we need another land at this point. Celestis. I really like Celestis. That's going to be good on turn 4 with a Braid. Because I'm going to look to iterate next turn, I believe. Ooh. I think I still have to, though, right? Yeah, pretty much. All right, let's see. Okay, it's pretty good. I'll take the Divide. I could just play out the Jawari as a land, but I'd rather hold open Fading Hope. A little rough, though, you know. You get to play Trail of Sara and maybe even something else. There's Trail of Sara. And topped it, too? Okay. They could have Kabira take down. But I guess I'd rather take the one than get blown out by a Kabira takedown. Because that would be very, very rough if that's what they end up having. Okay. That was pretty good. But that's also interesting because ideally I would go Divide, a Braid, and then consider. But that's a really tough turn. I think I have to Divide by 0 this turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm not even going to play the Celestis, I don't think. I think I'm going to play that out next turn. Now, here's the question. Do I just have to take this? So what I can do, I can block the Allenbach for free, because if they go for Kabira immediately, then I just bounce the Trail of Sara. If they play creature into Kabira, then I just bounce the Kabira. So that's how I'm going to do it, because this Ashmouth Dragon is going to propel me to victory, I believe. Brutal Cathar. Okay. That's annoying because I need to abrade that right now. But it's not the end of the world in any capacity. Alright, so we pop that off. I'm about to say, I don't think they have anything that could stop me. Okay, cool. If you kill Brutal Cathar before the trigger resolves, you do get to keep your creature. Very important interaction. So now we just hang out. Oh, it's night. Oh, if only I could play the Celeste. Well, I guess that wouldn't have changed it to night, but that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yep, that's no problem. Another Allenbach. That's a cleric too, huh? Okay, sure. Sure. This smoldering egg should be pretty good soon. Nice. Pretty much what we wanted to happen, because now we bounce this. And we can grab... What do we grab here, actually? I could grab a mascot exhibition. That'd be pretty good. Not the next turn, but the turn after. I could also grab something like environmental sciences, just a cheap spell. Also could grab introduction for the same reason. That's tough. I'm afraid of more brutal Cathars, so I think having a cheap draw spell is where I want to be. We're going to pop off that Allenbach Escort. Sure. No problem. No. That's going to be great. And a Fading Hope? You spoil me, deck. All right, let's see. So I can go... Builder Rune doesn't matter too much here, but that's fine. Into Celestis. Into Introduction. Pop off the Allenbach. That's fine. I don't believe I want a Smoldering Egg. Do I want Spikefield Hazard? Probably not. Alright, more Smoldering Eggs, so be it. Okay, pop them. Pass. Innkeeper, sure. Oh, they actually don't have double green. Okay, so what I could do here is pretty nice. So I bounce Voice of the Blessed, kill Trelasara with the trigger on the stack. And that's probably going to prompt a concession. No, not yet. Okay, fair enough. I'm going to force it tonight. Because it seems very likely that they're going to play multiple spells. And if not, I could just keep, you know, making it night, so that's fine as well. Yep. Pretty good turn for them. I unfortunately can't kill both of their creatures next turn, but that's okay. I can kill Trelasara and Innkeeper, and that's still very, very good, obviously. All right, double bottom, that's fine. We get to flip it today. Yeah, I'd rather have the Hall at this point. Spikefield. Now I can kill their board. And I believe I will. Okay. Yeah, they saw the writing on the wall, unfortunately. Yeah, this deck is very, very good at cutting through creature decks. Especially ones that aren't very fast. I'm still really good against mono white, as I said. But even if you're like more synergistic deck, you know, 4 Fading Hope and 4 Divide by 0, it's gonna be pretty rough for you, right? Let's see. Scrubble 07. Huh. Wonder what a Scrubble is. So here we have another case of a hand that's really good against aggro decks, but not great against control. I'm going to keep it because, you know, 80% of best of one or so, maybe not 80%, like 60 to 75 are like aggressive-ish decks. Unfortunately, this doesn't inherently seem, nope, this is control. All right, so be it. That is a very aggressive Jawari disruption. I guess just get it out when you can, but that seems a little preemptive to me. Okay. So they just auto-passed on purpose. So this smells like a memory deluge. I want iteration, but the problem is if I iteration right now, they can deluge in response, which I'm really not a fan of, but I still want iteration. I could wait a turn. I don't have to do it right now. The spike field isn't going to be good either. Trying to think, what can I draw? What am I looking for at this point? Smoldering eggs, windfalls, stuff like that. I want to deny them resources too. I'll just do this. Yep. Out of here. Wow, that is a bit of a preemptive concession, but I guess their hand had nothing else going on. Okay. I'm not going to complain. I guess, you know, if their hand just lands and I counter their one deluge, you know, they probably feel they're pretty dead. You should generally at least see your draw step at that point, right? But, you know, if it's just all lands you drew poorly, your one spell gets countered. That's frustrating, I understand. I've been there, so certainly not judging. I think we have time. Oh, yeah. We've already gotten 3 matches in. We definitely have time for like one more or so. Malioni. All right. Let's see. We're on the play with a nice hand. So, yeah, I think we just have to use that as a lands. Valakut Awakening. So it seems like another blue-red deck of some sort. Okay, so may not get mono white this video. That's pretty surprising. Not the end of the world, of course, but kind of shocked not to see it. Ooh. That's in hand. That was pretty good. So they look like turns. Turns, it's like a 50-50 matchup. I definitely don't hate it. Consider. Let's see. Spike field. Yeah, we don't want that. A second Leer. Okay. Ooh, Windfall was really, really good. Okay. Do I... if I was going to do it, I should have done it main one, so I could attack with my 4/4. But that's okay. I'd rather them tap out, or at least like foretell something. You know, do something. I don't want to just run it out there, especially because they probably just have Fading Hope. But considering they could also Windfall this turn, let's do it like this. Even if they counter, it's not the end of the world. They counter it and Fading Hope, that's a little annoying. Alright, well, that's one half of it. Do they have the counter, though? They do not have the counter, though. Okay. And iteration? That was pretty good. So I could go egg iteration right now. What's in my yard? I have a lot of stuff in my yard. So this layer is going to be really good. Let's do that. That seems pretty good. Get the train rolling again. So, ooh, that's great. So it may seem that Egg's not that good in this metagame because you're giving mono white targets for removal. You're giving Izzet stuff for their Fading Hopes. But I feel like regardless, Egg is just kind of nuts. Like, they just have to keep killing it. Because within a turn or two, like, they're just going to get run over by an Ashmouth Dragon if they don't stop me. So that's fine. I'm not going to use my treasures to stop an iteration, but it looks like they're stuck on lands. You know, pretty good situation when I'm flush with lands right now. Flush with lands and flush with stuff to do. I could play Lier. Just run it out there. Smells like they have a divide by 0, and I kind of want to wait. I feel like I can be reactive at this point. Think around one more turn, then I can go for it. Oh, all right. Now I don't. Now I don't even have to go for it. I guess keep doing my thing. Let's see. What do I hit? Definitely Hullbreaker in hands. Play another lands for free. This Hullbreaker horror is gonna be pretty good. Yeah. So that's just fine. I don't care about the Thundering Rebuke at all. And soon I'm just going to run him over with a Hullbreaker Horror. 1, 2, 3. So I have 7, 8. Okay, so what I can even do. Goldspan, huh? Well, we definitely don't want that resolving. Now I get an Ashmouth Dragon. Cut it out. I'm using that. Yeah, I'm not going to stop that, obviously. So rude. I'm using this. All right. So be it. I'll take an environmental science. It's just a cheap play. Kind of fading out myself. Okay. So I can just go Lier now. And what do they do, right? Kind of the nightmare scenario for them. Because I have so much mana. I could also pass and look to just Hullbreaker Horror. But I like this play more. Gives me a wealth of options, one might say. Oh my god, they have so many Fading Hopes. All right. That's rough. At this point, I think I'm going to discard the egg. I don't think it's doing much for me anymore. That's pretty rough, actually. So they had triple Fading Hope already? I didn't expect that. Because now, if they stop this, they get a free gold spam. Sheesh, they actually have it. Wow. That was rough. That was like, they pretty much just had every single thing they needed. Brutal. Jeez. All right. So be it. I can't stop them. I can with Fading Hope, but I really don't like that. That was so rough. Holy moly. So what I can do is I can Lier into Rebuke, kill the dragon, or I can go for the Hullbreaker Horror. I know that's Alrunes. So that is scary, but I feel like that's just so much better than my alternate lines. Because Hullbreaker, I really want Lier out, and that will be the hard lock. Because if I play Hullbreaker Horror right now, what do I do, right? I like Environmental Sciences to bounce Goldspan, and that's good, I guess, but not even amazing. Because then what do I do after that? All right, I know they can't stop me. But getting my Divide Test by Talent is really brutal, because now they can resolve their thing with impunity. I guess I can... Iteration. I already played a land, though. I guess I'll wait. I can Windfall. I don't even have to. I guess I'd rather preserve the treasures. Oh, they have Prismari Command? That'd be a little annoying. Let's see. They have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. So they can, if they are also Galvanicing, but I really doubt that. I don't think they would play both. Unless they just have an Errant Goldspan Dragon, which I guess is possible. Windfall, huh? Oh, wow. So, interesting. Windfall and Draconic Intervention. Yeah, that resolves. Assuming my Lier lives, I'm not going to use my Consider quite yet. It's fine. I'm not going to Windfall, I don't think. I guess I can. Oh boy. How many turns are they going to take on me? prefer not to die without untapping, but we'll see how that goes for me. They got a layer of their own. Okay. Annoying, but not the end of the world. Do they even have removal? They have a Fading Hope, but... They have Fading Hope, Test of Talents, which doesn't do anything. Iteration. They have stuff, but... I think this Hullbreaker Horror is going to mess them up. So we could trade Fading Hopes. That's fine. Not ideal, but fine. Okay. So do I Windfall right now? I can Windfall, replace the treasures, just draw cards. That's tough. I know I'm going to bounce their Lier at a minimum. I could also Spike Field Hazard one of their birds. That seems pretty good. They can't stop this. I guess they can. They could divide by 0 it, but that wouldn't really make too much sense. They're Windfalling in response. Cannot stop them from doing so. And I think just popping off a bird seems pretty good at this point. Okay, that resolves. My turn. Wash away. Okay, that's pretty good. So, I have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. Because I kept the Fading Hope in hand, I have a means to counter the next spell with Hullbreaker. So, if I go Hullbreaker right now and just pass, that puts me in a pretty good spot. Because they need to have Divide by 0, and then I could Fading Hope their bird and force them to do it again. And then I could wash away their Lier, right? Yes, I can. Alright, and we hang out. Because if they need Lier to resolve, then they pretty much just lose at this point. Deluge, huh? To that, I say no. Do I say no with Fading Hope? I believe so. Turn target spell you don't control. Okay. Hall is interesting. Do they have a Field of Ruin? They don't have Field of Ruin yet, but I don't think I need that at this point. I think I'm going to win with Hullbreaker Horror. And we wash that away. While also bouncing their treasure. And I think that's going to do it. Play that. Play Lier. Turn. Yeah. Writing was on the wall. That was a great game. That was really, really back and forth. That Fading Hope, the triple Fading Hope was so scary. I thought I was actually going to start losing from that point, but that was a sweet game. Also showcases the power of Hullbreaker Horror, which is why I like having 2 copies. You're so likely to find it at some point during these prolonged games, right? We're probably about halfway through the deck. Anyway, that's Izzet. We went 3-1. I didn't actually face my best matchup. That would have been nice to see, but you could pretty much imagine how it goes. Look at the green-white game. More or less how it tends to go. Or just a removal spell, removal spell, removal spell. Resolve a Lier or something, and then they die. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments if you did, or if there's any cards or plays that I didn't consider. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.